We're finishing it.
Yeah, we're finishing. We're finishing Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
This motherfucker watched Hellraiser without me.
I'm not the same. I'm not. That movie. Hellraiser. Jeez. I was thinking of doing a funny video about Hellraiser, but I realized there was nothing funny about it.
Oh god.
Sleep? Who needs sleep? That's about the only funny thing out of it. I was thinking of maybe videotaping some of the disgusting scenes in the movie, and then having my face, over that. Like, seriously.
Shit.
It's like you can cut. The tension was so high, you can cut it with a butter knife.
Damn, Justice.
Yeah. And I'm just never going to sleep ever again. I'm just never going to take my medication. I want to die now.
Oh, fuck!
That movie took the will to live right out of me. Free will, what's that? So, we were just watching this movie a couple days ago.
Before I went to stay at my friend's house for a while.
Yeah.
Is that
That's a crazy dude.
the kid that cut his hand?
Yeah.
Is he beating the shit out of him?
Yeah, their family. I honestly think I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre more than Hellraiser. I'm not even joking.
Honestly, out of all the horror movies you've seen consecutively, in what order do you think are good?
Jesus. The best horror film for me is Halloween because it's not disgusting, it's not over the top, it's not in your face like Hellraiser is. Friday the 13th because it's suspenseful in all the right ways, and it's got some good deaths and kills in it. Mm-hmm. I don't mind Nightmare on Elm Street, but that's along the same line as Hellraiser, so those two are way at the bottom. I'm talking about within the last 100 films.
Oh, wow.
The last 100 films I've seen as far as horror films go, Halloween and Friday the 13th are all the way at the top, and Nightmare on Elm Street and Hellraiser are way at the bottom. I'm not even joking.
Dang.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is right within the middle ground, maybe near Friday the 13th. But out of the remakes, including the remakes to those films, because Hellraiser has like 11 films to it.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, it's got 11 movies.
And, oh my freaking god!
And the movies, they're still being made today. Hellraiser is still being made.
Why?
Because people are sadistic sons of bitches.
Yo.
Seriously, Hellraiser started like back in 1986, like when there was a lull in Halloween films, I guess. And people wanted something more than Halloween. Something more than Friday the 13th, and somewhere along the line, similar to Nightmare on Elm Street. So they decided to create a movie like Hellraiser.
How about like Jaws? Is Jaws anywhere in that ground?
I wouldn't consider Jaws a horror film. I consider it a thriller.
Okay.
Even though horror films and thrillers are kind of like co-mingling sometimes.
How about It?
Yeah, it's way at the bottom there too.
Wait, for real?
Yeah. I don't like movies like that. I don't like movies where it feels like it's a fever dream.
Oh, okay.
Like you've had a fever dream where you question the plane of reality as you see it versus how it is.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I love that stuff, though.
I know you do. I don't. Whatever happened to a good killer? What happened to a good slasher film like Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
You've seen the reboots for some of these movies, from somewhere between 2000 to like 2017.
Okay.
They were terrible.
I get why people say the reboots, the remakes, they're terrible. I get it. I understand. I didn't like Rob Zombie's iteration, but Friday the 13th, the reboot, and Nightmare on Elm Street, the reboot, those were pretty good movies. I mean, despite all the shit people were talking about those movies being terrible.
They were also...
Rob Zombie, his Halloween films, garbage. Seriously, garbage. The rape, the over-sexualized nature of the films. The movie is about slasher. It's about killing people, alright? Get the titties off the screen, please.
Also, if I have to see another boob in another horror movie ever again, it will be too soon.
Yeah, there's actually a fair share of boobs in Hellraiser.
There's a fair share of boobs in the Friday the 13th movies, too.
Yeah, but, at least when it came to those boobs, at least they were slain.
Yeah.
I mean, when it came to Hellraiser, they drained their blood.
Ew.
Yeah. It was disgusting. It was fucking vile. And I don't normally use classical words like vile and disgusting and abhorrent. But Hellraiser is definitely up there with all those sick and twisted things.
You're gonna have to record my reaction for that movie because because I have to see this movie.
Now let's just finish this because Jesus, I went on the...
You went on a bender right there.
Yeah, I really need to get that out. And you know what? Hellraiser's actually good for what it's worth.
It really changed horror a bit.
It did. And for what it was worth, it wasn't a bad movie. I just didn't like it.
Fair enough.
I seriously did not like it.
Well, I mean, if it's not a bad horror film and you didn't like it, I mean...
It's just not my cup of tea,
Understood,
I like it better when a horror film or a slasher film with an iconic character like Hellraiser or Pinhead. When it comes to something like that, I just very much prefer it if Pinhead was slaying people, okay? Not like setting hooked chains in them and ripping them apart.
Oh, so it was kind of...
That's what they did.
What was it? Was it anywhere similar to, like, Silent Hill?
No, absolutely not. It was worse.
Because...
Hellraiser was worse than Silent Hill.
Yeah, because this almost sounds Silent Hill-ish.
No, that absolutely was not. But it did have the same sort of fever dream thing going on. But I absolutely did not like Hellraiser whatsoever.
Time to go to Ed Gein's little,
House of Horrors.
Yeah, I know. Which, if Ed Gein and Jeffrey Dahmer, were a gay married couple, this would be their love house.
No, actually, I think this would be like,
hold
on, Jeffrey, no, not Jeffrey Dahmer. Actually, there is Jeffrey Dahmer on Tubi. My friend Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, are you kidding?
I'm not. I didn't see it.
I
don't want to see it.
I was about to say.
I didn't see it. I saw it. I saw it to know it's there.
You saw it and you're like, what?
No, actually, I was like, oh, that's a thing.
Yeah, I would
like, what? But I knew they came out with a movie some years back, but I'm like...
They made plenty of movies and documentaries about serial killers for us to be like, oh, those are people.
But to be honest with you, I think a movie like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a mix of Ed Gein, who has directly inspired this movie, but Ted Bundy, too.
Ted Bundy didn't do shit to his victims' bones and skin.
No, but Ed Gein did, and... Jeffrey Dahmer definitely did something a lot like this.
He had a whole fridge full of his victims' decapitated heads.
Yeah, but he didn't turn them to soup. He tried turning them to sex slaves.
He also did weird things to their brains, Justice.
Yeah, he drilled a hole in their skulls and poured acid down it. I know what he did.
Yeah, we know what he did.
Yeah.
He probably freaked out the Chicago PD.
It was like Little House on the Prairie. That was a little House of Horrors.
Yeah, so This is like literally what would happen if like Ed Gein and like Jeffrey Dahmer, settled down, became a happy married gay couple, and decided to redecorate their house like this.
No. It's Ed Gein and John Wayne Gacy right here.
No.
No. Gein and Gacy, Pat. Come on.